Destiny. We've got loot, we've got controversy, we've got that and much more. This week on the Super Fun Podcast. Welcome to the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the Super Fun Podcast. We're going to start the introductions a little bit different. We're going to throw in a question, and as we each introduce ourselves, we're going to answer that question. Today's question is, chocolate or vanilla?
Hi, my name is Groot, and I personally like chocolate more than vanilla.
My name is Ezio, and my answer is also chocolate.
Hi, I'm Panda, and my answer to that question is that's a hard one. Vanilla.
Ooh, divisive.
I am a wild Zappa and I like vanilla over chocolate.
Oh man, I'm AP and the pressure's on. Am I gonna put on a tie here and have us be divided 3-on-3? Of course not. My choice is Neapolitan. Hoorah! Breaking the law.
Has to be different. Just has to be different.
Oh, I was born different.
Get to be that guy.
All right, so we got some fun stuff today. We're gonna start with actually most of what we're gonna talk about today is Destiny, because there's some good stuff to talk about. So, who watched the stream?
Me.
Me.
Everyone here did.
I think most of us did.
Except me.
Oh,
I don't give enough fucks. No, I'm joking.
So
spoilers
nobody
incoming.
Nobody listened to Zap because he didn't watch it.
Well, see, he
Yeah,
can
don't
interact
listen
with
to me, but I'll still put input.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He can
Bastards.
interact from like his first
Excuse
experience.
my profanity. I love you guys. I love you guys.
All right.
So, first thing I want to bring up is, who else was surprised that instead of a taken shader, it's a taken armor set?
I kind of figured that was gonna happen. I figured there wouldn't be. I thought a shader would be kind of implemented really weird based upon that. So I was kind of figuring they were gonna do armor, but I like how they're, once you get the whole armor set, you're actually able to unlock an emote out of it. which is the
Yeah, I
flinch.
love the emote, by the way.
I do too. I'm really excited to get that.
Yes.
It was a bit of a curveball for me because I thought it was gonna be armor, or I didn't think it was gonna be armor, but I thought it was gonna be a shader. And when they said it was armor, they said it was gonna be aesthetic until you infused it. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of
That goes into the stolen treasure boxes. Any of the armor or class items or anything you get from there starts at 3 light level, and you have to infuse it up into the 310s, 320s, 330s in order for it to be useful in more competitive or hot in-game content.
That terrified me when I first saw it. He opened up the Sterling treasure box and was like, and this is what could be inside. And I saw 3 armor. I'm like, no, it's only cosmetic. Oh, come on. Okay, just wait for it. Don't worry. They're gonna, you can infuse it. Just wait. And then he did. And I was like, oh, thank goodness.
By the way, another thing I want to mention is I am really happy that the infusion rate is now 1-to-1.
Yes.
Because now I don't have, because like half of my vault and a bunch of the stuff I hold on to is stuff I use as stepping stones for infusion. Now I can get rid of that crap.
I completely agree with you. I've got heavies stacked on heavies that are 320 that I was waiting to bring everything else up to 320, but everything that I wanted to bring up to 320 is like 300, so it'd split it like at the 80% mark, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see if they do anything with infusion, and they have, so I'm excited.
Yep, then they are. So, and the fact that exotics will now start dropping at, did they say 330 or did they say 335?
I believe they said
I
335.
don't remember them saying anything about that. Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they
mention it.
said that. Go ahead.
Yeah, they did mention that. I think it was 335. So they'll drop all the way up to there.
Wow.
Let me see if it's up on the update real fast.
Yeah, I mean, because They clearly stated in like the Prison of Elders and stuff, and all those events that they have coming, that they were going to increase everything to 335 drops, and the engrams, legendary engrams, have the possibility of doing that too. They were very thorough on explaining that. So I mean, if legendaries are going to drop at that, I would safely assume that exotics would drop at that as well.
You know how you have to be at least 311 light for exotics to be guaranteed to drop at 310 now?
I really hope they fix that. I really hope so, because I thought that was really kind of a drawback for the whole generation system for RNG. I thought it was unfair to certain players.
Like people that are stuck at 310 and can
Yeah.
only get 290 exotics?
Exactly, and they don't have the, and they just have bad RNG and they can't get anything at 320.
I'm pretty sure once you hit 300 you have a chance to, but for it to be 310 I think it's just low.
Oh, okay. All right, that would explain it.
Because I remember getting a 310 exotic back when I was only 302, but it never happened again. So.
Well, as long as it's like there's a possibility of them getting it at that light level.
Hold up, Groot. Hold up.
It's a robot.
Mike's. Yeah, you went robot.
But yeah, as long as it stays, as long as it, there's that slight possibility of hitting that percentage, or there's a small percentage of being able to get a 335, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, I agree. What else was in that update?
Yes. Did you want to say something?
Something else. Like, I'm glad that like solo players can like get to max light now. They don't have to party up with people.
Yes, that is nice. That is very nice.
Amazing.
They can do, missions and just get engrams, and they can drop at 335.
There are 5 ways that people can get up now instead of just trials and raid. It's Trials of Osiris, the King's Fall raid, Iron Banner, the Prison of Elders, and I keep forgetting that 5th one. I'm just gonna say.
I think it's Strikes, maybe.
Strikes, yeah, the Strike gear and everything you can get from exclusive stuff. Because they said that Strike exclusive gear is now going to have a chance to drop at 330.
Yes.
To be fair, only 2 of those things are technically solo friendly, and that's Iron Banner and Strikes. Because Trials, you need a team. Raids, you need a team. And PoE.
Prison of Elder, the 41 PoE is going to have matchmaking. The 42, the Challenge of the Elders, is going to be you have to bring in a team.
Yeah, I thought PoE had level 41, then the Challenge of Elders was the 42.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's how it is.
The 41 is
so that's what can go up to 335, and that's you need a team for.
Exactly.
I think you can get the 335 and just using the 41. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% on it, but
I think it's 320. Pretty sure you can get up to 320 through the 41.
No, that's normal rate. That's normal King's Fall after they update it.
That's normal King's Fall. The great thing about the new 41 Prison of Elders though is you can consistently just keep getting the chests now without keys. I thought that was an amazing addition. I
wonder what will happen with the keys we currently have though.
I have none, so I'm not too
I'll be
sure.
able to turn them into Pet Revenge.
Yeah, you'll probably be able to turn them in for experience.
Yeah.
Trade them in for Etheric Light.
While we're talking about the Prison of Elders, I want to make a prediction. I doubt it's going to happen, but I want to make a prediction. In either the level 41 or the Challenge of the Elders, what I want to happen is we go into the last boss of one of those modes, and it's in the Fallen area, and what we see is a giant Taken Captain come up with a Scorch Cannon, and the health bar reads, Skolas the Taken Kel.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I want to see that. I honest to God want to see that.
I would honestly probably run very far away.
I would run the other direction. I'd be like, nope, Barracks, get me out.
It'd be like that automatic thorn we talked about last week.
Nope, I'm good.
Exactly.
Bye. Nope, gone.
I'd be like, okay, Varix, you beat me. Just get me out of here, please.
I don't know why he doesn't fight him with that servitor he has. I have no idea why he doesn't do that.
Yeah, like, you have the servitor that creeps the crap out of everyone else. Why don't you just go in there and kill him with the looks of that thing? Like, my God.
You know what used to really frustrate me? How long the servitor before Skolas used to take. and now the pilot servitor teleports.
Oh no.
I'm
Oh no.
not happy
Oh
with that.
no.
I wonder if the
Don't
fight's
forget, he
gonna still
drops
take
little bombs too.
Oh, lovely.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, he does.
That's right.
Yeah, he's gonna be getting some little bombs.
Or
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that right there. Oh no.
We need that year 2 galley to finish him off.
looks like I'm gonna put Blink on and teleport myself.
Year 2 galley, we need you.
that
One
was-
other big thing that they revealed is that PlayStation exclusive sniper.
Yes, that PlayStation.
What was it called?
Um, Zen something.
Defiance of terrible ideas.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds right. I will pull that up. Just keep talking.
I'm gonna be honest. When I saw that, it's like it's been a while since we've had to deal with any PlayStation exclusive content. But I saw that and remembered that that's a thing, and just it felt like a swift kick in the nuts. Like it's so small, and yet it's like,
Swift kick
why
in
do
the
you make me
balls.
hate you so much?
Zen. Okay, it's called the Zen Meteor.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I unfortunately, we had that talk about, cross-platform gaming last week, and I mentioned that, in order for us to do cross-platform gaming among other systems, we'd have to start eliminating the exclusives to, kind of go towards that. And I feel like I was kind of excited, though, hopefully maybe here within the next year or two that Destiny would be cross-platform, but now that they're doing that, it kind of seems like, they're still doing the exclusive. It kind of seems like I don't know if that's going to happen.
They might do it up until the last minute.
The only thing we know about is that this Zen Meteor and the Jade Rabbit are gonna immediately be year 3 weapons when Destiny 2 comes out.
Yeah, that is true.
That's the only thing that we know of.
I mean, we'll get access to them eventually, but I have a PS4, so and an Xbox
Yeah,
One, so
same.
I have access to both. But I'd like to see it on the Xbox One, but that's probably not going to happen for a year until at least Destiny 2.
Yeah, until the yearly shift into the next big update for Destiny.
Yeah, I agree.
Why does it have to be a year?
I really don't know. I would be
Month? I
okay
get it.
with it. Yeah, if it was a month, I very doubt that there would be this much of an issue.
I agree. I definitely
But the
agree.
fact that it was made a year is asinine.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a little kind of it stinks. After the whole split with Microsoft Studios and stuff like that, it's just ever since then they just don't give any exclusives or just even provide the exclusives to.
Well, I like to point out whenever someone's like, haha, we have this exclusive, I'm like, guess what? Destiny was originally going to be an Xbox One exclusive.
Yeah, was. Now it is.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but then they bought it basically.
Yeah, they pretty much did.
Yeah, they took Call of Duty away too. Now Call of Duty has exclusives on PlayStation, or like monthly exclusives.
It's time
They're a month ahead
exclusives,
of us.
yeah.
PlayStation used to let.
Okay, so you remember how last week I was talking about the whole customization of guns and everything?
Yep.
So, the great thing that I really was excited about when I watched the stream was, the addition to chromas. I think that's a step in the right direction for being able to customize your guns. I'm hoping to see more out of it in the future in terms of customizing the skin and stuff like that, but maybe we'll see that in Destiny 2.
Yeah, I definitely
100%.
agree.
Good possibility. But
The fact they included this from a live team event, something this kind of permanent and awesome, this has got to be something they're going to expand upon. Like, this is just the first inception of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely need to add more colors like green and maybe even pink too.
I don't
Be
know.
cool.
I feel like the neutral colors that they've added now kind of hit like the good tip of the iceberg for the time being. You get your what was it? White, yellow, blue, and red.
Blue and red.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So you kind of hit.
But I'm talking about eventually, like if they add more colors. It'd
Yeah.
Be...
Yeah.
I'd like to see. I'm gonna make a prediction now that with the introduction of Chroma, I'm thinking that in the big update, there's gonna be not update but expansion that's coming later this year. They might add more colors, and then maybe in Destiny 2 they'll add more onto it.
Yeah. You know the.
Still waiting on that Fallen raid.
Yeah. Honestly, I would prefer a Cabal raid, but that's another topic.
Oh,
for
yeah.
another time.
Forge of the Gods. That was like
yeah.
I really hope. In terms of the chromas though, I really hope they don't do an Eververse trading thing for them. Like, I really hope they do not add the addition of purchasing colors in the future.
Since Oh, you finish your thought.
Yeah, I think it would be a step in the wrong direction at this time.
Yeah. On the note of the Eververse, that goes into one of our subjects of the fact that they would be selling sterling treasures in the Eververse for 200 silver. Now, to me, that personally feels like a play to win type deal, because with the new 1-for-1 infusion, that means you can get those 3 defense armor pieces right up to 320 or 330 very easily.
Okay.
So
However,
it feels like it will be. It feels a little bit cheap. I do see why, if you just want to get the stuff as fast as possible, go for it. But personally, I can see it as a possible play to win, a pay to win option.
The thing is, though, you get let's say you spend $100 and you just buy treasure boxes out the wazoo, and you get every single piece of this the new gear that's being dropped day one. Now you've got one piece of every armor, head, gloves, chest, boots. You got all those slots with 320 armor pieces already ready to go. Now, all you're doing is swapping one piece of armor for another, because once you infuse it, the other piece of armor is gone. You're not increasing your abilities. All you're doing is changing how you look functionally, but it has no impact on how you actually play the game, unless it's like a better role. But that can happen at any time.
That's what I'm afraid of. Well, here's the thing: if it turns out that all the armor you get from those stolen treasure boxes that you buy turn out with the same role, the pay to win just kind of goes away, because you can't roll for better rolls from the Eververse. If it turns out that you can buy them and they can have different rolls, people will buy them over and over again until they get an amazing roll.
Okay, but I feel like the armor rolls are really not that big of a deal. They don't affect, like, the variability in terms of the output of your skill or DPS is pretty insignificant based on those perks. It's just more of like ease of use, you know?
Yeah.
This entire controversy about pay to win is becoming a common theme with Activision published games. Like right now, it's happening on Destiny with this new April update, and it's been happening on Call of Duty Black Ops 3 recently with the COD points, where you buy the supply drops as well. You can get like statistically, like there's the Iron Gem, which is the crowbar. It's like statistically varied currently from the combat knife. So technically it's a little bit better. But another thing is like the weapons that you can get. They are balanced in some degree, but yet again, it's pay to get a certain weapon that you can potentially like go 30-0 with and get a nuclear. So.
I want to add to that. From a current standpoint, I don't see armor at this time being more or less pay to win. Do I think it's a step in the wrong direction? Absolutely. I don't think it should have happened, because eventually this could lead to weapons, which technically would be pay to win.
Oh, that would be bad.
That would be bad. I mean,
that'd be horrible.
You add armor. What's the next step? Weapons? I mean, while I don't agree that, I'm kind of 50-50 on it, that armor is currently pay to win, I think it's more or less right now a step in a very wrong direction for the game itself. So I'd like to see how the community thinks of it once the update comes out and see what they think. But right now, I don't think it's a step in the right direction.
I've been looking up a little bit, and the majority, from what I've seen, is that it feels like pay to win, but they'll see how the rolls work and see if that affects anything. It's kind of like what I was saying earlier on, if it stays the same, then it's not as bad of an issue. Everyone's kind of agreed that seems like it'd be fine, but everyone does agree it's a step in the wrong direction.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just definitely, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting just more emotes and maybe like more sparrows to be purchased. But when they showed that the sterling
treasure,
the sterling treasure, sorry, to be purchased. As soon as I saw that pop up, I was like, "Oh, what's that doing there? Oh crap!"
Well, the thing is that you can get 3
a week, right?
for sure. Yeah, 3 per week through. Let me pull that up just to make sure I'm getting this right.
Postmaster,
It's Postmaster,
Crucible.
Crucible, and the weekly Crucible, and like they mentioned, it's not the weekly Crucible bounties. It is doing the weekly Crucible playlist.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, and then the other one
And
was
the third is the Prison of Elders, the 41.
Yeah.
Get it from the chest, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
No, not from the chest.
No. Yeah, it's from the
it says
reward.
It can
here-
drop from the chest though, right?
I'm not sure on that.
They haven't
It says emerge triumphant from
Should.
the level 41 Prison of Elders.
they've only showed
That could
us
be either.
Yeah, they've only showed us the weapons that we can earn from completing the challenge mode itself and doing that. They haven't really showed us a loot table for the chest yet.
Yeah. They showed a few of the like you said, they showed the new Queen's Wrath weapons. And by the way, one I want to say is that they look awesome. And
Looking to get hands on the hand cannon, dude.
the freaking Her Fury, it has the same roll and stats as 1000 Yard with better reload and a couple other stats.
Yeah,
So,
there's going to be, I think, 3 red sniping snipers in the game now, not just 1.
Yeah, I do see a lot. I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of people using Her Fury a lot more. I have that feeling.
Yeah, I agree. That's gonna be a pretty cool one.
Now, since we're on the subject of guns, unless before I move it on, did you have something else you want to say, Zap?
Oh no, I was about to ask that question of what year 1 exotics do you guys think are coming in this update, if there are gonna be any?
There are. They already confirmed it.
Yeah, there's already
that was my question because I did not watch the stream.
I do
Okay.
I do want to add one thing. Warlocks got shafted again because all we're getting is Sunbreakers and Purifier robes. Like, what the heck?
All you're getting is Purifier
Okay.
robes? You mean that exotic that takes the most overpowered subclass in the game and makes their self-res even more overpowered?
Yeah.
They got shafted?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely got shafted, all right.
It really only works if it's close range.
Exactly. I see. Hold on. Let me count how many hunter stuff I remember. Kepra Sting.
Hey, don't diss the hunter gear, man.
Arachnids. Lucky Raspberry.
Yeah, but that's gonna get people to stop playing Night Stalker so much.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. Yeah, that would be.
Titans, they're getting the feedback fence and glass house.
Yep.
Oh, feedback.
I'm getting my
gonna be
feedback
real
fence
fun.
Back. I'm getting my feedback fence back. I am extremely happy.
Me too. That's what I'm. And
they're also getting Eternal Warrior, but no one talks about that helmet.
And what a coincidence! We are getting 3 of the Prison of Elders guns back. Dreg's Promise.
Yeah, we're getting all 3 of the exotics.
Oh, we're getting Queenbreakers back. I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
We're also getting Patience in Time
and Lord of Wolves.
Universal Remote.
Yep.
Dude, Lord of Wolves was so fun to use, as well as Queenbreakers, dude.
It's like
I never got my hands on the Dreg's Promise, but I intend to this time.
It's like a pulse rifle with a mix of a shotgun, which is ultra deadly.
Again.
Yeah.
With the Lord of Wolves, yeah.
Yeah, so Lord of Wolves is basically pulse rifle and shotgun. That's just like OP, but I love it.
Yeah. Honestly,
okay. By the way, sorry. You go ahead.
I favored the Dreg's Promise more than the Queenbreaker's bow for PvP. I don't know if that's just me, but
I've seen
the way that I played, it was such a great weapon. Like
I've seen people
in their face that competes with shotguns, dude.
Yeah, I've seen people use Dreg's Promise with very positive results before. It's insane. If you know what you're doing, then Dreg's Promise can be a very good gun.
I'd like to see a buff to it this time, though. To see what they're doing.
I definitely agree. One thing I want to mention is that, do you guys think they're gonna slip in any surprise exotics? Because they did that last time with the Ram.
Well, we've got those. What is it? 5 exotics inside of the armory that haven't been released yet and haven't been talked about yet. So maybe they may slip those in. What are they? Armor pieces? A good point.
I don't think they're gonna put in too many. I think if they're gonna reveal any secret exotics, it will probably be 1, maybe 2 at the most, because they already have 13, well 14 technically with the PlayStation exclusive sniper. I feel like they'll only do like 1, maybe 2 secret hit surprises.
I don't think they're going to do that at all, to be honest. Because,
You know?
like, with the Taken King, they were trying to pack as much content into that as possible and try and draw it out, which is why they had those kind of like time-released events later on. But it was tied to the fact that they had already kind of committed a lot of marketing resources and gotten a lot of hype about, you know, getting people back for this content. And then there was even more surprises in there. If like this is a big event and they're releasing a lot of year 1 exotics, but I think it's much more likely that they're going to save as many new exotics as possible for the fall, because they can tie it and add value to this big thing that people are going to have to pay for, that they're going to hope is going to bring back a lot of people from the community.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I see your point.
Yeah, I see his point.
Before we move on to some of our other stuff, the other thing that they're bringing back is some old year 1 legendary weapons.
Oh let
me read off a list real fast so that we know what's coming, because I'm looking at the list right now. The list of confirmed legendaries returning are the Devil You Know, Shadow Price, LDR 5001, Badger's TCL, the Comedian, the Swarm, the Longbow Synthesis, the Grim Citizen 3, Two to the Morgue, Zombie Apocalypse, and the Saturine Rapier.
Okay, let's all go down the list, pick one legendary that we're the most pumped for, and maybe a short description why.
I already know the one I'm going to choose, and that is Two to the Morgue, because back during year 1, before I got Found Verdict, that was my shotgun. I used that everywhere, and I held onto it for the longest time until I absolutely I think I actually traded it in for the Titan shotgun that you get from the gunsmith, and I'm definitely gonna work at trying to get it again.
What about you, Groot?
I'm probably gonna say Shadow Price. I thoroughly enjoyed that auto rifle.
What archetype is it?
Oh, jeez. I don't remember.
Isn't it somewhere between Bullet Hose and, like, Focus Fire Suros?
Yeah, pretty much. But it was pretty deadly back in the day. If you got a good roll on it, it was awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Gabe?
What about you, Zep? Oh, no, I'm going last, because mine comes with a short but beautiful story.
Okay.
I already know what this one is.
Yes, you do.
So, Zap, what about you?
I'm confused right here. But,
so, the year 1 legendary weapon's coming back. Which one are you most excited for?
I'm more excited for the Devil You Know. That one was Bay in year 1.
I want to respond, but I'm going to wait. Okay. What about you, Panda?
Comedian.
That fits.
Yep.
That fits.
That does fit for you.
I am the comedian, alright? Listen to me, I'll blow your head off. That sounded
funny.
Weird. Okay. let's not go with that one. But in all seriousness, the comedian. Can't wait for it.
I have to say that that gun still has the best description.
Yeah. Alright, so what about you, AP?
Okay, so I'm going to have to back up Zap on this one. Whoops! It's the Devil You Know. Honestly, that was back in year 1 when I first got my Xbox, and because I originally had the game on PS3 and I upgraded to this gen, got it on Xbox, and I was trying to get guns. Like, I had fallen in love with hand cannons. I'm going to all the vendors, all the faction vendors, Crucible Quartermaster. Finally, I get to the Vanguard Quartermaster, and I see this gun, the Devil You Know, with I believe it had crowd control and Zen moments. I can't remember exactly what the rolls are on it, but the rolls on it were phenomenal. 12-round clip, super clean headshot, same archetype as Fatebringer, if I remember correctly. And until I got my Fatebringer, which, oh man, did I farm for, this gun carried me. PvE, PvP, it was a masterpiece, and I held on to it. In fact, for the Hunter rank 3 gunsmith quest to get the Ace of Spades, or rank 3, I had a choice. I'm going to disband the legendaries. I had my Fatebringer and I had the Devil You Know. Even though I grinded way harder to get my Fatebringer, I had to keep the Devil. So I'm really excited for that to come back.
All right.
What did you know what we didn't talk about that's coming up in the new content from those from the Sterling Treasure? The ships and the sparrows. What do you guys
Ooh,
think
yes.
about
Oh, that's true.
We got a House of Judgment Sparrow and a I don't know what
Sterling Treasure Sparrow.
Sterling Treasure.
It's like pure white with
Yeah.
like pale blue, I think.
What do you guys think of that and the Taken Ship?
The Taken Ship looks awesome, and I really, really want it. I'm not as excited about the Sparrow because I still have my SRL Sparrows. By the way, Bungie, can you please put back in Sparrow Racing?
That would make these new Sparrows a lot more exciting, as if we had a place to like show them off other than just patrol.
Yeah.
Like, there's just not a lot of opportunity to test them out. Same thing with ships. Like, they're awesome, but they're just, loading screen show-offs. But they are sick, and I'm excited to collect them.
Yep.
Probably going to end up keeping my King's Fall hard mode ship just because I think it looks amazing. But
Yes.
in terms of sparrows, I'm probably going to go after the white one with the blue accents. I think it looks pretty cool. It looks like kind of like a pod racer from Star Wars. Just a little bit.
I'm gonna have to look at that again because if it does look like that, I may change my mind and go after that.
It has like the prongs that go out on the front with the little fins on it, right? Am I wrong?
Does it?
Yeah, I think it does. Pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to get that one too.
Looks really cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to stick with my Void Street Sparrow. I'm not really gonna move up from that because I love that Sparrow, dude. It just looks awesome. But
it's pretty.
As in ships, I haven't really seen or heard of the new ones besides right now while we're talking about them. But otherwise, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the ships.
Quite honestly, I think I'm gonna rock a Taken Ship, and I think I'm going to rock a the House of Judgment of Sterling Silver one. I like how professional and clean looking the Sterling Treasure one is. So I think I'm gonna or Sterling Silver. I'm sorry.
Sterling Treasure.
It is Sterling Treasure. My bad. I keep mixing them up. I think I'm gonna go for that one, just because all the white on it is just awesome looking.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, just go ahead and buy it from Tess Everest.
I'm good.
Local Tess Everest.
I would rather earn
That's
it.
racist.
Arm.
I would rather earn it.
Oh man, I mean, you can just pay to win these days. So just go ahead and just go keep buying boxes till you get it.
First you Activision.
Let me just spend a whole $5 on 500 silver. Is that the price of it? Because I've never really looked at it.
It's 200 per box.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, that black market guy, he robbed me. Freaking Black
talking
Ops.
We're
Black
talking
Ops?
there?
Yeah, I'm talking Black Ops. I'm talking Black Ops. He robbed me. He robbed me of my $10.
Okay.
Took my COD points, threw him down the toilet. It's not nice.
Speaking of Black Ops, that's a perfect segue. What do you guys think about the PvE and PvP sandbox changes in Destiny?
Since we haven't fully gotten the info on that, which we'll be hearing more about that this coming Wednesday, I'm with all these things that they're already showing us and how excited I am after both the past two streams. I'm looking forward to it. I'm expecting something good.
What do you think about subclass changes? What do you think is like? Let's speculate. Even though the question is probably going to be answered on Wednesday, let's see how close we can get.
Huh. I can't think too much on anything too much that the subclasses need tweaked.
Fireball grenades.
Yeah, okay. So, one of the Planet Destiny podcasts was talking about how Thorn and Firebolts should just do the burn damage, but not the initial hit. Say, for example, you get hit by a Firebolt. You don't take the initial hit, but you do take the tick damage after that.
That would only make sense if you have Viking Funeral on, because if you don't use Viking Funeral but use Firebolts, not that anyone ever does or would, but if you did, then it would literally be a grenade that does no damage.
I would think decrease the initial hit and then keep the tick.
That may work.
And the initial hit.
I think a lot of the reason people
hit completely. got rid of fire damage.
I think the main reason that people like it is because of that tick. Because if an enemy gets hit, they'll take a good amount of damage to try running. But with the tick damage, players can see where their enemy is.
I think if they made it so the damage happened twice as fast, so it just ticked you down twice as fast, it would not keep you out of the fight as long, which is one of the big things, is not only how much damage it actually does, but the fact that you have to sit there and wait for it to tick, and then wait for your recovery to kick in before we can re-engage.
Yeah, how long does the tick last? Like somewhere around 5 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
I say 5 minutes.
What do you guys think about them nerfing the skip grenades and how much they track you? You think they're gonna nerf that?
Hope not.
I'd hope not as well. Because those things are homing missiles, and I thoroughly enjoy using them.
They better get nerfed, or they better buff my galley grenades again.
Well, here's the.
I
Oh,
want my
God.
galley grenades. I
Oh,
want them
God.
back.
Oh God. Well, here's another thing. Like behind the skip grenade, I forgot the name of the new gauntlets for the hunter, but they
Shinobu's Vow, I think.
Yes, they improve the skip grenade. No.
Galley grenade version 2.
Yes.
I will say one thing that I
I
know
disapprove of those gauntlets.
that I know will get patched, and it's been happening in trials a lot. And guess what it is? The icebreaker glitch. I bet that's gonna change.
Yep. I'm almost positive that something's gonna happen with that. I think what should happen is, if you change special weapons, you lose that special ammo.
Yeah.
I want that. I think that needs to happen in Crucible,
and
especially in the 3v3s and everything.
I'm sorry, maybe it's just me, but I don't think if you're in trials and you're facing, somebody with a light level of 320 or whatever, and somebody's using a 170 sniper, I do not think it should be a one-hit headshot. I think, year 2 guns are meant for year 2. Year 1 are meant for, the Crucible and stuff like that. Until we get a year 2 icebreaker, I don't think that it should do that much damage.
Yeah.
But they can't nerf it.
I know they can't nerf. I know they
They'll
can't
ruin
nerf
the
it.
year 2 version I so desperately crave.
Well, you can make a modification to the year 1 until the year 2 comes out.
Yeah. I feel like that might be what's coming.
Yeah, I feel like that might be coming as well. I don't see the point of a year 1 sniper, at 170 light one-shotting somebody in the head at 320 light or even 310,
Yeah, I get that.
And it just
I
makes
partially agree with you. Actually, to be fair, I agree with you mostly because I don't want to see Icebreaker as the go-to weapon, especially when people are abusing it to get 18 rounds or 24 rounds for their 1,000-yard round too. But I just don't want to be able to use it, but I can always use it in, pubs.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what the Crucible's for. If you want to use your year 2 guns, I still thoroughly enjoy using Necrochasm, which I wish they would bring the year 2, so that way we could use them in PvE, and I could kill Oryx with the Necrochasm, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But
I want year 2 Vex and Necrochasm. That's all I want to say.
That would suffice me. I'd like to see a year 2 raid, but that's another topic for another time. But
yeah,
I don't know if we're gonna get another Mythoclast because they're so vehemently opposed to elemental damage on primaries, except
that is true.
Yeah, it is very true.
Oh, that would make the Necrochasm fall into that category too.
Does it have? I never owned one, so I wouldn't know.
It has
arc.
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 Yeah.
Arc damage.
I think that's fair though, because they're exotics. Like it takes up an exotic slot. That's why we have one of them, which for the life of me I can't remember what it's called right now.
Zalo Supercell?
The
Especially
Zalo
since
Supercell.
The Necrochasm quest was like really strenuous as well. You had to level up 2 weapons completely before you could get it, right?
Yeah. And you had to kill 500 Hive with the first version of it.
Exactly.
I've done that part.
I feel like
Crux.
Vex. Yeah, I feel like Vex and Necrochasm should be given a pass in that department because of how rare they are. For Vex, you have to go beat Atheon hard mode. Well, it's not as difficult nowadays, but still, you have to do something big for it. And for Necrochasm, the bullcrap quest line you have to do for it.
I think we mentioned this last week, but especially now that we're all kind of going to be playing a lot of Destiny in the near future, can we please go farm Crota and get me a Necrochasm? I just need one Crux.
You mentioned that, and I completely agree with you.
I honestly, hey, we can 3-man. You can even 1-man Crota, no problem. I would honestly be okay with running that tonight with whoever wants to run it.
I'm down. We get 6-man it or 5-man it at least.
Yeah, I mean,
we can talk about that when we're off air. But
yeah, let's talk about that later.
Still.
But yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Oh, but yes, we all will love it.
So speaking of Destiny content that's dropping on the 12th, is there anything else happening on that particular day?
Yes, the incursion release on the Division. And honestly, as many of you know me as the big Destiny critic, I have been excited for it for the past week. And I can honestly say, I think the Destiny update is going to outdo the Division update right now.
I agree.
Even though the Division update is adding trading, which is a very nice
feature. Is it?
It is adding
yes,
trading.
Yes, it is.
It's adding trading, and here are the specifications to it. Is basically the way it works is it has a 2-hour. You can only trade with people that you earned that weapon or piece of gear with. So you can only give it to those people that you earned it with, and you've got a 2-hour, I guess you could say, cooldown on it. And if you don't trade it within that 2 hours to those people or to one of those people, then you can't trade it essentially. And the way
Bungie, take note.
And the way it works is, if you drop it, anyone in your group can take it, so everybody sees it. So it's not like it's a specific, trade menu. I forget which shortcut it is, but it drops it on the ground for that person. But they have to be in your group when you earned it. If they weren't in your group, you don't get it, or they don't get it.
It just occurred to me, they've done that in World of Warcraft for years. I still don't get why that's not a thing in Destiny.
I don't either. I honestly thought they were going to make a global trading system with the value-based stuff, but
be really cool.
I'd
like that.
I would personally prefer that more. I don't like the fact of a restricted kind of trading, but I get it. It balances the game really well. But I really don't think I don't think just that and incursions are really going to be able to outdo Destiny with all this content coming out. I mean, Destiny has a ton of new content coming out, and quite honestly, I think this is going to maybe last me for at least 4 months, especially because of the Prison of Elders bosses having 16 different 16 different categories of being able to do that.
16 different possibilities because it's three bosses you have to fight.
Yep.
And
4 different.
Yeah, each week. And then it changes the rotation.
Yeah, so that's exactly 4 months worth of new content for the Prison of Elders, and quite honestly, I think that's going to drag me in a lot more than the Division right now. I mean, I was really enjoying the Division, but I think Destiny's got me hooked again.
You know what the problem is? Destiny compared to Division, Destiny gameplay, correct me if you guys disagree, is just inherently more fun. It feels more fun shooting guns and completing content in Destiny. The reason we got hooked on the Division was more about the grind and the progression system and getting loot, getting geared up, Dark Zone, stuff like that. But
quite honestly, I mean, the reason why Destiny is better is because Bungie has experience in the past. I mean, they've got 10 years worth of experience dealing with FPSs. I mean,
yeah.
I mean that's astounding. I mean gives them the edge. And even though the Division is a third-person shooter, I mean in the end, Destiny just excels in any category for shooting, in my opinion.
Yeah. In terms of the gameplay for Destiny, I've tried actually going back and playing some of my other shooter games like Gears of War, Left 4 Dead, stuff like that. The gameplay just does not feel as good. Here's the thing, and every review I've seen of Destiny, they'll bag on everything on the story and everything, and some of it rightfully so. With the gameplay, it's either that nobody talks about it, or they say that the gameplay is bloody amazing. And I definitely
And it feels
agree.
good to headshot something and watch their
It really
head
does.
explode, especially with Firefly.
Yep.
Dude, when I first got my Fatebringer and I went into the Vault of Glass and just kept shooting all the Vex goblins in the chest and they all just started exploding. Oh man. was good.
Before we get too far off topic, I'm gonna reel us back in a little bit. I believe we were talking about the Division update coming up on the 12th.
Yes.
Correct, senor.
So, with what we know now, what do you guys think you're going to be going to first? Do you guys think you're going to be going to the Destiny update first, or you guys think you're going to be going to the Division update first?
I'm going to go for Destiny first.
AP,
I'm probably
what
going
about
for Destiny.
Option 3, Dark Souls.
you? Well, actually, I want to bring that up as well, a little bit as well, since it happens to be on the same day. But Zap, what about you?
Since the incursion is fairly new and it's one of the first pieces of content for the Division, I think I'm gonna go with the Division first.
I do want to warn you about those incursions, by the way. They told you not to expect to complete it on your first, second, or third try, or even your 10th try. That is how hard they are. They
Well, that's
are...
an awesome thing.
No, that's a great thing, and I like the fact that it, they have complete gear sets specified to like certain like modifications that you can do now. So like you can spec out your gear set specifically for a marksman now, for example, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna just not play the Division. Destiny's got the upper edge on me this time. I've always been a hardcore Destiny player, and obviously the past couple of months I've been drifting away because there's been the lack of content. I've really just done everything that I enjoyed. But I mean, with this new content and upping the raid and the light level, I mean, and bringing back Prison of Elders and a new strike, and by the way, bringing back the Archon Priest strike,
Yeah.
I am very just absolutely astounded with what they've done.
Yeah, they are
As
bringing
a live
lot.
team event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree, and I'm definitely gonna be going to Destiny first in terms of those updates. I will be going to the Division to try out the incursion and the new stuff, but Destiny, it's had its hooks into me for a long time, and they're not going anywhere.
Absolutely.
Before anything else, are we done with Destiny, or do we want to talk? Or not Destiny, but Division, or is there
I have
anything
one
else
more
about
thing to
this?
say. I have one more
Okay.
thing to say. I mean, the comparison of these two updates coming out at the exact same time. I mean, it's basically you got flashy lights, and you got difficultness. Flashy lights, difficult.
Flashlights.
Flashy lights.
Lights. I want lights.
Flashy lights.
Difficult.
Difficult. Difficult.
Flashy lights all the
Difficult.
way.
Spoken like a true competitive Call of Duty player.
Buttons and speakers all the way.
Difficult.
But real fast, there's one more thing happening on April 12th, and that is like group mission, not group, but AP mentioned the third choice, Dark Souls 3.
Which I'm not actually going to be playing on that day. I just wanted to give you the segue.
Yeah, I will unfortunately not be playing it on the release day. I'll probably be installing it at that time, but I'm probably gonna be playing Destiny first. But I'm very much looking for the Dark Souls 3, and I bet a lot of other people are too.
I don't know if I'm gonna purchase it. I've never really played Dark Souls before, I will admit. I've never liked the fact from when I heard it, every time I'd run into a room, I'd get instant killed. And I don't like being killed. So I don't mind
here's my
dying,
story.
But...
Yeah, here's my story with Dark Souls. I played Demon Souls and Dark Souls, and I just wasn't a fan of them. I didn't play Dark Souls 2 when it first came out. But recently, and I bet you guys are tired of me prating on about this game, I played Bloodborne recently, and I fell in love with it. So I went back and played Dark Souls 2. I have not finished it yet, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. It just feels too slow. Dark Souls 3 is going to be upping its speed a little bit as almost a Bloodborne's level as a Dark Souls game. So I'm really looking forward to it, and a lot of people are agreeing that. using a similar engine to Bloodborne is going to help it in the long run.
As much as I like shooters, Dark Souls has sword fighting and stuff like that, and I'm an avid fan of Game of Thrones and just the medieval kind of stuff, from back in the day. And I feel like that Dark Souls kind of has that atmosphere when it comes to that type of fighting, strategy-wise. And that's kind of what makes me want to maybe just try it out, just to see how I like it. So if they release a demo or a preview, I would absolutely be be up for trying it out and maybe even purchasing it in the end.
Yeah, I'm going to be definitely picking it up, and I can bet that in a podcast or two after I start playing it, I will give my thoughts on it. But from some of the there's a YouTuber that I watch, that got an early model of the game, a demo of it, and I've been watching him play it, and it looks and just seems absolutely amazing. Just the bosses feel like and look like Bloodborne bosses, where being the observant and cautious player rewards you.
Having never played a Dark Souls game, when I watched you streamed Bloodborne for me, and I got to see what the game is like, and it looks awesome. Something like, just in terms of the aesthetics, I didn't click with me. However, when I watched in anticipation of this conversation, I watched a few trailers for Dark Souls 3 and a gameplay trailer for it. And to be honest, it feels like everything that I thought was awesome about Bloodborne is in there. And something about the aesthetics click with me more. And oh my gosh, there were a few moments where some of the bosses were revealed that I was like, I am terrified, and I must play this game.
I like playing different stuff, stuff out of the ordinary. I don't like just point and shooters and stuff. And that's what kind of stands out about Dark Souls is it brings a unique fighting mechanic. It's not your normal hack and slash, which most games are designed to be. Like medieval.
And
Shadow Mortar.
Exactly.
Yes.
They are hack and slashes. It's you just run up to the people and just hope that your sword hits them. But in Dark Souls, it's not only tactical. You have to, block your shots and hit them at a timed point.
In the Soulsborne games, that's Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne for people who aren't aware. In Soulsborne games, it punishes people who try to go in as a hack and slash type of game. I tried it like, okay, I was starting off Bloodborne as a cautious player, and I was doing pretty well. I did die quite a few times, I will admit that, but I don't think anyone's going to blame me for that. I did try one boss. Okay, let's see what happens if I try as a hack and slash. I died within moments.
Yeah, they're very smart when it comes to those mechanics.
These games reward the observant and the patient.
Well, if I'm gonna buy it, it's definitely gonna be on PlayStation.
I haven't pre-ordered for the Xbox One, but I'm considering getting it for PlayStation just so I can up my PlayStation library.
If I'm gonna get it, it's gonna be on PlayStation, but along with it, I'm buying the adapter to use my Xbox One controller on my PS4. Because quite honestly, I know people love the DualShock controllers, but I cannot stand them for the life of me. Like,
the only reason I'd be tempted to get on like digital for Xbox is because if you digitally pre-order it on the Xbox One, it lets you download the first Dark Souls for free. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't a big fan of the first one, so. So I think we've gone as much with Dark Souls 3, especially since we haven't actually gotten hands-on with the game yet. So, anything anyone else wants to talk about?
I know one thing that at least two people really want to talk about, and that's Black Ops 3.
Okay, so Black Ops 3. Back to the guy who stole my money. Black is rumored to be, or has been leaked, and audio files have been found that leak him to be the 10th specialist that is the next specialist that's currently not in the game. I'm not sure if it's the 10th or not. But
he also has a name.
rumored to be in the game. His name is Blackjack, and that's what it's rumored to be. His weapon has not been found out yet, but his ability is also been rumored to be a specialist where it's not specific on how it works, but
I've seen a leak. Look, there's this one thing that I've seen about him that he steals other specialist abilities.
That's what I was gonna
like
say.
Ooh.
can
That
take the
he
Sparrow
steals
from the
other
Outrider.
specialists. But like it's not specific on how it works. Like if he activates it while they don't have it active, can he kill them and get the Sparrow if they don't have it active? Or if by chance he uses it and he kills a specialist with their weapon active, or ability for that matter, like if he does that automatically transfer, or is that how it works? Because if so, that's not very good, because that will only work out for like specific situations.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've got
check this
another
out.
thing.
Real
go ahead,
quick,
Gabe.
I just
Or
pulled up an
AP.
article. It
Yeah.
just got uploaded about an hour and a half ago, and it says what it actually happens is when he activates his ability, and this is just the first one. I don't know about the
Yeah.
other slot.
Yeah, this is
when-
Blackjack. Okay.
Check it out. Yeah, when you activate it, you steal 3 red shells from the person that's in front, and they spin around you in a circle, and you can shoot those red
Shut
shells, and they
up.
track the person in front of you. And if you hit 2 people with the first 2 shells, then the third one becomes a blue shell, which seeks out the person in first place and takes them out first.
Shut up.
Wait, what? Why are you trying to bring back my PTSD of Mario Kart?
What are you talking about, Mario Kart?
Don't
Black Ops.
Blue,
don't do this.
blue shell.
Don't do this.
Hey, I'll
Blue
do it.
shell.
I don't need this PTSD in my life.
Hey,
Yeah, his second ability is a lightning bolt.
No, I'm done. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, I'm done. That reminds me. I went to the arcade the other day and they got those new Mario Kart ones. I was about to win in my shell. I was done. I literally got up, didn't finish the race, left my guy right before the finish line, and walked away.
I would too. I would too.
Oh my god.
hey, Ezio, you know what's gonna give me PTSD?
What's that?
Come on now.
Freaking opening cutscene for the new Zombies map, dude. You get thrown.
Wait, what's the cutscene?
Okay, basically like these Japanese guys have the crew hostage. Like it's the regular crew, Dempsey, Takio, Nikolai, and Richtofen. They all have to jump off of a boat, and they drift afloat onto an island, and that's where the new Zombies map is.
I'm done.
So AP,
It's rumored to be a radio station, like an abandoned radio station.
I'm done. I'm just done.
It would, you know, what would be awesome? Shangri-La remake.
Thank you.
You know what'd be awesome?
It's
World at War remake.
yes.
I wish.
Still
I
waiting
wish.
for that Black
That's not
Ops.
happening.
Still waiting for that original
not
Black
happening.
Ops to be backwards compatible.
It's not happening.
Give me Kindertoten or give me death.
Oh god. Moon
Yeah, I'm also gonna have to murder the new specialist that is rumored. If added to the game, he is going to lose his balls and his tongue at the same time.
You just make sure you don't get in front of him. Those red shells suck.
I'm done.
Give
I'll
me
see
my
you guys
$10.
alone. I'm done.
Give him $10. He's gonna continue to die.
So what about that new Final Fantasy, Ezio? Give us some information on that.
Yes. After freaking 10 years, we have a confirmed release date of September 30th of this year. I've been trying to follow this game as best I can throughout its life cycle, and I'm so bloody happy to finally see that it's released. I have been replaying the episode Duske, or however you pronounce it, demo, and right now I'm downloading the new demo they just released, and I cannot wait. If you have not seen anything of the game, I recommend it because it looks amazing, and I really enjoy the gameplay. I don't know how to describe. It's kind of hack and slash combined with RPG. Well, that's most hack and slashes, isn't it? We haven't seen too much, but from what I have seen, AP, from what you're saying earlier about what you thought of Dark Souls 3's environments and everything. That's how I feel with Final Fantasy 15's when they started revealing it in gameplay trailers. It just looks amazing. And if you haven't seen anything of it, I highly recommend either downloading the demo that came out recently. I haven't played it, so I can't say much on it, but I'd recommend trying it out to see how it is, and checking out some of the gameplay trailers.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry. Pretty soon, I'm going to be on a full Final Fantasy binge as soon as they start releasing more information about the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, I agree. I can definitely agree because I really want to see. I think they mentioned something about how its combat and everything is going to be like Final Fantasy 15's.
Well, I've seen kind of like gameplay teasers of Final Fantasy 15 and their style of combat, and for Final Fantasy 7, and it definitely looks similar.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I am definitely okay with that. When I heard they were making the remake, I was like, I thought it was going to be the old game but new. But I'm definitely okay with how they're doing it. I just want to see how they're gonna be doing the episodic type stuff.
I'm actually, a lot of people are really worried about that. To be honest, I can't imagine it working and living up to the glory of the original game and still being this new comprehensive current gen experience without them doing that. I feel like it cut out so much.
Yeah, I feel like it won't feel like how it used to be. I do feel like it may be interesting, so I'm definitely going to give it a try because I loved Final Fantasy VII and I want to see how it's going to be. So I believe we have
one more topic.
Yeah, we have one more topic.
Oh yeah. So has anybody heard the news of GameStop becoming a publisher? They're coming.
2 games, right?
Yeah. They no, it's one. I thought it was one game.
Currently, they're publishing a game called Song of the Deep.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Insomniac Games, by the way. That's the developer.
I am not 100% certain about what the game is about. I've only seen like one trailer while I was in a GameStop.
It's like an underwater exploration adventure thing about
the best
Song
way.
Of the Deep.
Yeah, the best I've heard it described is underwater Ori in the Blind Forest.
Yeah, I think it's about some young girl that like she builds like a submarine or something like that, and she goes to search for her father that's missing, and along the way discovers like a new world and a lost civilization.
Yeah, something around that.
Some kind of Atlantis
I may
feel.
take a look at it. I may take a look at it just to see how it is.
Father's Aquaman.
What's a twist?
I think what happens is the twist at the end of the game is when she finally docks to this like underground city. It's where BioShock 1 begins.
Oh God.
But you know,
it's just
she's the little girl.
BioShock
Oh my
game.
gosh.
It's a BioShock reboot. She
Mind
turns
blown.
into
Try to get into the gaming industry.
Well,
it
yeah.
gives them a publisher who's willing to help with indie games.
Well, the GameStop's got to really up their game with stuff. I mean, they're losing a lot of money now with the digital purchases on the actual consoles themselves lately. I mean,
Yep.
you know, and they just have people repeatedly trading stuff in at some points for, you know, when they introduced like the cash aspect of being able to, you know, trade these games in for cash, and the games were just unsellable at some point. So they got stockpiles of these games inside their stores and their warehouses.
Yeah.
That they're losing money on.
Yeah, plus how people think that the trade-in system works because they think that all of their games are worth like $50 when okay, I want to just quickly just to try to get this out in the open, how GameStop's trade-in system works. If they look for what you're trading in, how much people are looking for it, and how much of what they have of it. So if you trade in, let's say, an old Xbox 360 game that quite a few people... Okay, one game I'm going to pull out that I know is worth quite a bit is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. I traded in that on its own, and it got me $65. That's because people were looking for it, and it's a very rare game considering that they stopped making it like really early in its life cycle, so people are looking for it. But if you try to trade in Fallout 4 a week or two after it released,
$25,
you're not going to get a lot from it because they still have a bunch of copies of it, and people are like buying it in other revenues and everything. They have a stockpile of it. They're not gonna give you $60 for a Fallout 4 copy.
Absolutely. I mean, was that 65 base price, or was that with like a 20% extra with the trade-in?
No, that was 65 base.
Or 65 base. That's pretty impressive.
Uh huh.
I mean, like
I think you could have gotten for it on eBay.
Huh?
I mean, at that point, because they're always going to mark it down from what it's actually worth, so they can mark it up and make money on it. So, what do you think you could have sold that for if you put it on eBay or Craigslist, something like that?
And probably a little bit more, but I wasn't too big on eBay because I've been gypped too many times on there. So I don't have the best experience with eBay or anything, so that's why I went to GameStop. Plus, the GameStop next to my house, I know the people pretty well.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is a real big stepping stone for GameStop to kind of get into bigger and better things. Me personally, I don't normally buy stuff from GameStop. I usually just digitally buy. So I'm part of their downward spiral of people not buying their games. But I mean, I think this is an interesting thing for them to partake on a journey on, and we'll look at this when the Song of the Deep comes out, and we'll see how they do. I mean, if it sales, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll, GameStop will sell it exclusively for like a month only in their stores. I mean, that's.
I think it's gonna be digital. I'm not sure.
Possible then. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll be the ones that distribute the digital copies and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
that'd be really smart.
It would.
That
be.
would be
shifted that way.
Give it a month or so of just them having the sales of the digital codes and everything, and then after that making it available through other ways. I can definitely see that working out.
And they get like 25% of the sales or less. I'm not too sure how much publishers and or stores themselves.
I'm not too sure actually how that works.
I'm not too sure on like the statistics of it, but I'm assuming theirs is going to be a little bit cheaper since they're only getting doing the promotional and marketing side to it. So. Yeah, I think that's pretty much just all the base aspects of the publishing for GameStop. Did anybody?
I look forward to seeing that develop as we move forward. We have definitely reached the upper limit of the length of our podcast for this week. So any new developments or conversation we have on that subject, we can save for next week. And maybe it's time to sign out.
My name is Groot, and peace out.
My name is Ezio, and have fun trying to live through Dark Souls 3.
My name's Santa. Bye, guys. See you next week.
My name is Wild Zappa Snick. I'll see you next week.
My name is AP. If you would like to get to know us as a community, the Super Fun People, a little bit better, you can either interact with us on Twitter at SuperFunPeople, and also our website, www.thesuperfunpeople.com. Come check it out. We hope to see you there. But in the meantime, we will see you next week.